So Kevin Smith has been somewhat quiet about Masters of the Universe Revelation over the past week or so. And I think that's likely because of the fact that the show never made the top 10. As far as I've seen, the show never made the top 10. And that's pretty embarrassing considering the fact that the first one did, I think, for at least 2 or 3 days. And then it fell off because nobody was watching it anymore. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. It was a bait and switch. That whole show was a bait and switch. He-Man was never the focus of the show. Teela was always the main character. Kevin Smith tried to lie about that. And of course, when the show came out, everyone found out. So the first one was hyped up because, oh, He-Man, we're going to get the He-Man sequel. And then they made it all about Teela, which, by the way, some outlets aren't happy about because, well, Teela was supposed to hook up with Andrea. And that didn't happen, so CBR.com is mad. They're mad about that because it looks like she's going to be in a female-led relationship with He-Man because He-Man is, of course, now the sidekick to the Sorceress. So the champion is now the Sorceress' sidekick. So that's what He-Man is now. He's regulated to a sidekick status. What do you think about that? Right? Now, Kevin Smith's comment here, let's read this and then talk about it, means the world, or rather the universe, my likes are filled with love for at Masters Official Revelation. After part 1, I had to wade through some bile to read positive reactions. But since part 2 dropped, the anger directed at me in July seems to have subsided. Fingers crossed for season 2. No. The problem is nobody watched part 2, Kevin. Nobody watched part 2. That's why you're not getting a lot of negative reactions, because nobody watched it. You fooled everybody once. You didn't get to fool them twice. Because everybody saw what you were doing with the show. You were turning it into pretty much masters of the feminism. And nobody wants to see that show. In fact, that new remake show with like Techno Armor He-Man, from what I understand, is much better and actually is faithful somewhat to the original series. And do you want to know why that is? Well, they highlight it right here. The He-Man remake actually focuses on He-Man. Imagine that, everybody. Imagine that if you decide to make a show about He-Man and focus on him, people will actually like it. I can't believe it. So this show, from what I understand, people like it. I'm not a fan of the art style. But you know what? At least it focuses on He-Man. And, you know, it's crazy to see like a strong masculine character as the focus of a show anymore. Like, that's not really something you get. You don't even get it in the He-Man sequel show or whatever this is supposed to be. So, you know, that's cool. I'm glad that they're doing that with this. And this is kind of taken away, from what I can tell, the steam of Kevin Smith's show. So, you know, he's saying he's surprised that he's not getting negative reactions. Well, like I said, Kevin, that's because nobody's watching your shitty show. But he put this out so that he would get a reaction, and I'm giving him one, of course. I did notice this, too. Look at this. Only 2,000 likes, 56 quote tweets, 139 retweets, and this isn't just for this. Look at this. This is where he says he's going to talk at Masters Official. This only had 253. He's got 3 million followers. A lot of his stuff is like this, I've noticed. Not even 1,000 likes on this clip from the show he posted 20 hours ago. It's pretty pathetic. Now he's in Clerks 3 promotion mode. You can see here he's like sharing stuff from Clerks 3. Or whatever he's doing. It's called Clerk. Oh, it's a documentary about the story of his life. No one cares now, Kevin. Clerks 3 is going to be a flop because you've damaged your reputation. You're not even nearly as funny as you used to be. And, you know, a lot of people are looking at Masters of the Universe Revelation as your ultimate sellout move, and I can't blame them. You for sure sold out. 51% audience score. That's lower than part 1, by the way. Oh, no, that's a little bit higher. My bad. Part 1 was 39%. And the reason that is because people didn't tune in for part 2. 6,000, almost 7,000 people actually took the time to come make a review for this on part 1. And then on part 2, you only got 555 people to show up and even rate it. And still, it was only 51%. So a lot of people just didn't tune in for part 2. I really wish that they would release the number drop off. I wish we could see that. I really do. Because I'm really curious to how many total people watched part 1 and how many people total watched part 2. I guarantee you it's not a big percentage. Like, the percentage of people that watched part 2 compared to part 1 is probably not that big. Like, I bet you, I want to be generous and say it got 50% of the views that the first part got. I don't know what it actually be because Netflix doesn't share. And that's an unfortunate thing. But we can take guesses. And, you know, I don't see Kevin Smith. The reason I know it didn't do good is because I don't see Kevin Smith sharing numbers like he did last time. And a lot of people are pointing that out in the comments here, making fun of him. Like, this, you're right. No one cares about this. And, you know, you got this one right here saying you're lying ass. People turned around and hoped it would go away. I should probably cease with the attention too, but I used to be a huge fan, so disappointed. And, you know, that's all that's in here is people talking about how they're disappointed about the show and pointing out the numbers and the views dropped off. And, you know, like this one. So critics about killing He-Man twice and lying about his role in the series is bile now. And this guy right here says, yes, because in Kevin's mind, he did nothing wrong. Like, he's so out of touch and he doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize how out of touch he is. Maybe he'll realize it when only a fraction of his fan base shows up for Clerks 3. Because, you know, to me, Masters of the Universe Revelation is him slapping his fan base in the face so that he can go and get his ESG score up for Hollywood as a sellout. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to Yellow Flash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.